from me what we do know. What we do know is that we have a situation in which the US economy has been performing quite strongly, likely to continue to be strong. That pushes the dollar up. And also we know that US has outperformed the rest of the G20, the only economy to exceed its pre-pandemic trend. What does that mean? That capital is moving much more forcefully towards the US. Before the pandemic, money on the move went to many places. 18%, 1/8, went to the United States. Today, it is over 30%. So that is the foundation for a strong dollar, and a strong dollar, all other things equal, for majority of emerging markets and developing economies is trouble.
Right, so do you believe...
So then we have inflationary impact.
Right, but the fund's classic role is macro imbalances. Do you believe that they are now building up?
What we see is a picture of remarkably resilient world economy despite series of unprecedented shocks. So we are projecting growth this year 3.3%, growth next year 3.3%. That is what we see on the surface. Problems that answer your question. Problem number one, diverging fortunes. Here, the Gulf countries, they're doing quite well. But we have other parts of the world, and I'm particularly concerned about Europe and some of the more vulnerable emerging markets where they're doing less well. And the second thing that concerns us under the hood, under the surface, is how the tremendous transformations that are happening in the world are integrated in countries' policies. You have artificial intelligence shaking up the way we work, we live, and of course, some countries take that to be productivity enhancing, others don't. You have demography. Here, young people, eager for jobs. In other parts of the world, elderly population, desperate for dynamism that is not there.
So if you layer on top of these underlying issues, the sheer amount of change underway, you end up with a very fragile global economy that could become unstable.
And that is where I would be careful not to draw a definitive conclusion. Why? Because what we are seeing is remarkable adaptability of businesses and countries to a world of very fast, very dramatic change. So we humans can take pride of our ability to adapt. We have spent a lot of time analyzing this new world in which we live in, because you're right, the world we had in the past is no more. What guarantees winning in this new world? Well, three things. One, clear space for private initiative. Private sector is more adaptable. Two, embrace technological transformation, digitalize your economy. Three, diversify. You cannot anymore rely on one sector to drive your future. So, I mean, I actually, give me this, I thought about that. I have 3 Ds, 3 Ds. Deregulate, digitalize, diversify. Please do it.
What was it, D?
deregulate,
Yes.
get the government out of where it doesn't belong,
Yeah.
digitalize, make your economy more productive, embrace technology, and diversify. Diversify your economy, diversify your friends, diversify who you work with.
But I have a fourth D for you. It's very difficult to do those three Ds if you've got a Donald.
Okay, that's a very fair point.
And my point there...
That's a very fair point.
My point is not whether the policies are the policies, and I think those of us who have been covering this long enough know we just cover that which is in front of us.
Yeah.
You deal with what's in front of you. I worry about countries that can't adapt fast enough because the speed of which coming towards them, they don't have the agility. What then?
And for this, the world has created the International Monetary Fund. I actually wake up in the middle of the night worrying about these countries. These are the most dramatic are countries either in conflict or coming out of conflict, and then countries that have very weak governance and institutions and their performance is weak. What we do need is to offer a helping hand to these countries. And I want to recognize the UAE for doing exactly that. And we need institutions to be an anchor of stability. Today, the IMF is supporting over 50 vulnerable countries. Half of them are in sub-Saharan Africa. And when we are there, what we do, people usually say, IMF money. More important is we help countries build the foundation to get on a better path.
So as you look at that...
By the way, in this region, $33 billion IMF financing for countries that need that support.
The UAE has just invested, or is in the process of investing, 50 billion into, as with President Macron, as indeed was the country, into AI. Do you see us having a good handle on the growth from new technologies? Is the tail wagging the dog?
The dog is already barking at us, and we better be prepared to embrace that bark. So we look at the fund, what is happening with artificial intelligence. It can be a great story, a world that becomes more productive, or it can be a sad story, a world that is more divided. The haves have more, the have-nots are completely lost. What we assess is that artificial intelligence is already like a tsunami hitting the labor market. In advanced economies, 60% of jobs over the next short period of time will be either enhanced, become more productive, or transformed or eliminated. 60% in emerging markets, 40%. In low-income countries, 26%. You can say, oh, low-income countries are in a better place. They're less impacted. Completely wrong. What it means is that what may be the big force of productivity enhancement and therefore opportunity for countries is not available to all.
How do we avoid a race to the bottom? And by that, you can define that as being either with the AI or on the tariffs where tit for tat, naturally governments are going to retaliate, or this entire environment where if you are not with me, you are against me, because ultimately that's a race to the bottom.
We have to recognize that we are in a multipolar world, so cooperation as it used to be before, when we had a world with, one country is dominating, is going to be different. We still have one economy that is the strongest, the United States, But we also have many economies, especially emerging market economies, that are moving forward much faster, usually because of the 3Ds: deregulate, digitize, diversify. These islands of excellence need to connect more, and we at the IMF, we are actually promoting more intra-region and across-region collaboration. And I think it would be a moment to recognize our hosts, because they are absolutely fantastic in working with everybody. So let's give to our hosts a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you.
And timed beautifully, that round of applause for our host. Extend it, please, to the Managing Director. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
أيها الحضور الكريم، سنستأنف الجلسة التالية بعد قليل.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will resume our next session shortly.
حققت دولة الإمارات إنجازات نوعية واستثنائية.
بعض الإنجازات الحكومية توصلنا إلى العالمية.
ودولة الإمارات تحاول دائما ترسل رسالة إيجابية للعالم.
Your Highnesses, esteemed ladies and gentlemen, the Global Government Excellence Award celebrates the exceptional efforts of governments in setting ambitious goals and pioneering initiatives in technology, sustainability and inclusivity. As we spotlight these global practices and initiatives, we honor their significant impact on society. We invite Lieutenant General His Highness Sheikh Saif bin Zayed Al Nahyan, UAE Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Interior, to honor the winners. The winner in the Technological Innovation for Social Inclusion category is Ubongo Digital Education Programs. We would like to invite the representative to receive the award on their behalf. The winner in the Innovative Environmental Sustainability and Community Engagement category is Municipality of Cascais for their IREC, Innovative Recycling Initiative. We would like to invite the representative to receive the award on their behalf. We thank Lieutenant General His Highness Sheikh Saif bin Zayed Al Nahyan, UAE Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Interior, for honouring the winner.